back to brand new video today. Me and me and Dan Andrew Wise is here. We saying our best and worst Premier League player in our opinion, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Right, okay, so I'm gonna start with Arsenal, and I'm gonna start with the best. I'm gonna go with Bukayo Saka. He's been really he's improved a lot, and he's been scoring and getting assists. With all the season, he's been doing well overall. So Andrew, who been for?
Well, that's not a bad choice. He's a good young up and coming player, but I've got to go for Aubameyang. He's been banging in the goals for him, sign a new contract. So Aubameyang's got to be top of the list.
Right, okay, worse. I'm gonna go with a goalkeeper called Matt Ryan. He came in the backup from Brighton, and the reason he's on the list is because, like from Brighton, and about how he was terrible for Brighton. I conceded too many goals, and with Arsenal, we haven't really been too great either.
Well, he's not really had much chance. I think that's a poor pick by you, but I'm going to go for William, because when he signed on a free transfer from Chelsea, there was a lot expected. They thought there was going to be big things from him. He started well, but his season's tailed off completely, and yes, he was really struggling towards the end of the season. So we've got to see how he does next season, but he's had a terrible season so far.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. Right. Okay. So Aston Villa, I'm going to go in with Jack Grealish, because I think he's done well to get into the 26th of England, and also come back from injuries. He's been great as well. So, they're getting the great assists and that. Who have you been?
Yeah, I have to agree. Even though I'm not a great fan of the player, because he dives a lot. He's easily pushed off the ball, and he's always winning a lot of fouls. But you can't argue with it. He's been their best player by a mile this season. I'll go first and the worst this time. The worst has got to be Bartley, who they signed on loan from Chelsea. He started well, but another one who tailed off, and you didn't know he was there towards the end of the season. So Ross Bartley has been their worst player.
Well, I have to agree with you, Dad. I went for Ross Barkley as well, and now I'm gonna be starting this time as a team.
Go on.
Brentford. Well, I've gone with Ivan Toney for the best player, as he scored a lot of goals, and he's helped Brentford get promoted a lot this season.
Yeah, I've got to agree with Tony. He was a top scorer in the league, and he's been there. Weren't for them, they wouldn't have been as high as they were. Yeah, so I think he's the reason they come up. So yeah, I agree with Tony.
Yeah. Well, for worst player.
No,
I'm doing. I start best and worst. Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. For worst, I've gone with Canos, and he missed an open goal for Brentford against Norwich, and that could have helped them get automatic promotion, and overall haven't really been a great player this season. So yeah, haven't really been taking chances.
Well, he's just saying he nicked my
I haven't.
My comments, because I said that to him earlier.
No, I didn't.
In the game against Norwich, he missed an open goal.
No, I didn't.
Virtual tapping.
I saw that on the highlight today.
That could have fired him on to automatic promotion if they'd have scored that. Soon after that, their season tailed off to the playoffs. So yeah, I think he's been there. Most of their players have played well, so I think he's the one who stands out, who you can pick out as the worst.
Okay, Brighton now. Are you done?
Yeah.
Brighton now. Well, I've gone with Ben White. I've been impressed with him, even though he hasn't really played for Brighton much this season. Obviously, like Lewis Dunk, though I've been getting ahead of him, but but Ben White has been pretty good getting the final England squad. It's good to see him getting there. And for that, I put him in the best for Brighton.
I've got to go for their fullback Lamptey. He's been miles their best player, and I can see him going for a big money move in the summer. But he's by far been their best player, and looks a really good bowler. They're going to make plenty of money on.
Yeah, right here, worse now. I've gone with Neil Maupay. Maybe like he's improved since the start of the season, but at the start of the season he missing the penalties, not really doing well with the shots, and always coming off terrible performances. So Neil Maupay is the player I'm going with.
I can't argue with that, but he has scored a few goals, so I think you couldn't really put him down there because he's scored plenty for him as well. I've gone for Adam Lallana since his free transfer from Liverpool. Big things were expected, but it just hasn't turned out that way. And he's made a lot of substitute appearances. So yeah, I think he deserves it for a lacklustre season.
Right, okay, Burnley now. For best, I've gone with a goalkeeper, Nick Pope. He was originally going to be in the England squad, but he was injured, so that's not really that good for him. But yeah, he's been good for Burnley. Been a good goalkeeper, and yeah, obviously the injury was bad for Burnley, but still, I think Nick Pope has been good this season. But who have you been for?
I'm going for Chris Wood because I think without his goals they would have struggled and probably would have been relegated. He scored a lot of crucial goals in a low scoring team, so I think it's got to be Chris Wood for me.
Yeah, the South African. I don't actually know where he's from, but yeah. The New Zealand. Yeah, right. Okay. Right. Peacock for worst, I've gone with Peacock Farrell. He been getting the chances, but yeah, he hadn't really been using them wisely. So yeah, I've gone with Peacock Farrell.
Yeah, I agree with Peacock Farrell. He had a couple of chances when Pope got injured, and didn't think he done very well when he had his chances. There's not been many really bad ones for Burnley, so he was just the worst one you'd pick out of a good bunch, really. So.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Chelsea now. I've got N'Golo Kante. Some people have said say he's like a robot. So like, no certain memes, but N'Golo Kante been really good this season. Defensively and the midfield has been great as well. And yeah.
Well, I've got to go for a German, Kai Havertz. It's his first season, and he's done quite well. He struggled at the start, but he come into it towards the halfway point and has finished well, and he's now in the Germany squad. So
yeah, he's really good.
He's had a really good season.
Right, okay. For worst, I've gone with Timo Werner. Like, there's no way of denying it, but he's missed too many open goals. Too many good chances, and just he was good at the start of the season, and then when it all crumbled at mid season, sort of, that's when that's what I've been picking.
Yeah, I have to agree. I know a few Chelsea supporters, and they've been tearing their hair out with the chance he's been missing. So yeah, I'd have to agree with Timo Werner.
Right. Crystal Palace now. I've gone with Christian Benteke. I've gone with him because he's improved a lot, and obviously this season's scoring some banging goals. Yeah, I've gone with him.
I'm going for a youngster he signed, Eze. He got injured at the end of the season, but before that he'd been setting the Premier League alight with his runs and that. And I think he was important to them staying in the league. So he done quite well.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, yeah. I've gone. So for worst, I've gone with Townsend. He's had his chances, but he hasn't really been using them effectively, and that has cost has cost has costed Crystal Palace a couple of opportunities. So yeah, I chose Townsend. Who you chose?
I've gone for Connor Wickham because he's had a few chances, and as everyone will know, Crystal Palace strike force is not that good anyway. So if you can't get in Crystal Palace's strikers, you are struggling. So I've gone with Connor Wickham.
Right. Okay. Now for Everton, I'm gonna go with Calvert-Lewin because he improved. Last season he weren't really too good, but this season I think that he made his point, and for that he's the best at Everton.
Yeah, I agree. I go with Calvert-Lewin. He's scored plenty of goals this season, and Carlo Ancelotti seemed to get the best out of him. So yeah, I agree with Calvert-Lewin.
He's on player. He is. No, I'm not joking. Yeah. Right. A controversial one here. For worst, I've gone with Ben Godfrey. I know what you're thinking. No, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Ben Godfrey. How? But like, no, he hasn't really been that good since he left Norwich. Well, apart from getting the centre back partnership, but still, I think that he hasn't really been as good as he was at Norwich. Though, at Norwich he was banging, but this season they're conceding like a lot of goals from Manchester City this season, and and not really been doing good since he left Norwich. In my opinion,
I think he just proves he doesn't know what he's talking about because Godfrey has done very well since he's been there.
Bruh.
He's moved around out of position, centre back, left back. I think he's played right back. He's played everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's very harsh on him. My worst has to be a player they signed a transfer in there, Josh King. He come in and he's had a few chances, but he's not performed yet, and I expect him to move on in the summer. So yeah, Josh King.
Right. Okay. Leeds. I've gone with Patrick Bamford because in Championship season he weren't really that good. His stats bad. Everyone was saying to get him out, and then this season just turned up, amazing. You could also say Calvin Phillips, but no, I haven't gone with him.
Well, I have gone with Calvin Phillips because he's had a great season, and he's in the England squad for the Euros as well because on the back of it. And I also know a few Leeds fans, and they've been singing his praises, saying when he's not in the team, I think they've won 1 or 2 games out of about 10 when he didn't play. So I think he's very important to their side.
Yeah, and Leicester now. I'm gone with.
No, we've got to the worst Leeds ones.
Oh yeah, right. I mean the worst. Okay, I might have been a little bit harsher, like I did with apparently with Godfrey. But I've gone with Casilla, the backup goalkeeper for Leeds. He hasn't really been getting the chances, and when he has just been against like a small team in the cup and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Alright, well, mine is going to be Leeds youngster Shackleton. He done quite well when they were playing the Championship, but he hasn't kicked on now. They got into the Premier League and hasn't taken the chances that he's had. So I go with Shackleton.
Yeah, right. Okay. Now Leicester. Now I've gone for best. I've gone with James Maddison, as even returning from injury. He has been really good, and I'm not really a huge fan of James Maddison since he left Norwich. I'm a Norwich fan, so yeah. But yeah, he has been pretty good. Who have you got done for?
Well, I've there's only one man you go for a Leicester, and that's Jamie Vardy. He's still banging in the goals, and if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be around the top of the league. They'd be midway. So I go for Vardy.
No, I've gone with for worse. I've gone with someone called Gray, Demarai Gray. Yeah, him. Yeah, but He hasn't really had many appearances, and when he has, it's been come off the bench, and basically he hasn't really done much. Sort of waste of space for me, really. So, yeah.
I think you might get a few comments on it. He's had a few appearances actually, but I'm going for Chowdhury because he's not taking the chances that he's had. He's had a few this season and he's not taking them, and he's not performed well enough to stay in the team. So I'll go with Chowdhury.
Right. Okay. Now Liverpool. Now I've gone with over Egyptian who scored a lot this season, Mohamed Salah. And he has been good in the front three. Saw the Crystal Palace game, he healed over them. So, Mo Salah for me. Consistently trying.
Yeah, I think all the four have been playing up front. Mane, Jota, and Firmino all deserve a good mention. But I too have got to go with Salah. He just missed out on being top goal scorer. So I think that Salah you got to go with Salah.
Hey, worse now, right? I've gone with Adrian, the Spanish goalkeeper. Like no one's gonna forgive him for that 7-2 loss he had against Aston Villa, and also he not even given the chance in goal. He just hasn't really hit the ground running. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Adrian. When Anderson got injured, he had quite a few chances, and he wasn't up to it. And Liverpool struggled. Then that's probably what cost them in the end. That struggle back. Well, we know all the defensive injuries cost him as well. But
yeah.
But his performances didn't help. So I'll go for Adrian.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Man City. Man City. Now, I don't think I don't think it's up to debate. John Stones. I have to be 5 goals this season, as a centre back. Like, how could you? Also, he weren't really in the starting 11 last season, and now he just broke into the starting 11. Diaz. Like, how? If you hadn't got the Stones, he's a mug.
Well, I think we could put at least half a dozen players above Stones in the pecking order of best Man City player.
What?
But I've gone for the magician in Kevin De Bruyne because he is just doing it season on season with assists and goals, and you have got to go with Kevin De Bruyne.
Put loads over Stones.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You could put Gundogan above him. You could put Foden.
No, not really. No.
Put Jesus. You could put plenty above him.
Jesus I haven't really been that good at this season, but yeah,
he still scored plenty of goals.
Worse now. I've gone with Nathan Ake, another centre back. Dutch. So I've gone with him. He hasn't really been good. I got the chance when he's been starting from injuries and the resting players for Champions League or Cups and that. So yeah, I've gone with Nathan Ake.
Yeah, I have to agree. They signed Ake at the start of the season, and they got in Diaz in the transfer window because I think they probably saw that Ake wasn't the answer, and the chance he's had he's not taken. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go for Ake too.
I can expect him going to a small championship club or something. But yeah, anyway, right, now it's Man United now. I've gone with Bruno Fernandes. Like, he's pretty much been carrying United. So, I've gone with Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, I have to agree with all his goals and assists. You got to go with Bruno Fernandes. He's been performing really well for them.
Okay, our worst for Man United. I've gone with the man who ruined the Europa League final for Man United. I've gone with David De Gea. Also, even dropped a couple of times, and Henderson's been putting the net. So
I've gone for Donny van der Beek. He signed for a big fee in the summer, and a lot was expected of him, but he hasn't. He's played a few times, but he hasn't taken the opportunities and performed as he should. So I've gone for Donny van der Beek.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Newcastle, I've gone with Joe Willock as for best because he has just been sensational. Like if you got his stats together, he was scoring a goal every half an hour in football time. So yeah, you can't really deny it really. So yeah, who gone with?
Well, if the season's over the last 8 games, I would agree to you. But the season is over the whole season, so I am going for Saint Maximin because he's been such a star for them this season. You know, the people can't handle his runs, and he's got plenty of assists and goals. So Saint Maximin.
Yeah. Right. For worse now, I've gone with Jamal Lewis, Northern Ireland guy. He hasn't really been that good since returning from injury from the Brighton game. When he got the studs to the face. Still a little bit painful, but still.
You might have noticed a bit of a pattern with Aaron's picks. Ex-Norwich players being the worst. Canos, Godfrey.
No, Canos in next Norwich, I think.
Canos is, yeah.
I didn't know that, but yeah. Okay, and apparently Canos is one now.
Right, I've gone for Matt Ritchie. He's had a few chances this season, but he's not taken them, and he looked quite promising last season, but this season he's been dreadful.
And just to add on to Dad's a little comment he made at me, I like Jamal Lewis. I think Jamal Lewis is a good left back, but they hadn't performed this season. Anyway, moving on to Norwich now. No, favourite team. Right, I've gone with Timo Pukki for best one, scoring all them goals, amazing. All the players he got with him as well, like Kieran Dowell, Campbell, Bundia, but now they need to find a replacement for Bundia. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be saying that next season, but yeah, I will certainly see.
Yeah. I have to agree, Pookie, with his goals, and that if Bendir would have still been there, it would have been him.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
But as he's gone now, and also give a mention to Skip, he done well last season.
Yeah. It was quite handy as well.
Hope they can get him back on loan, but you got to go with Pookie out of the ones that left.
Yeah. Worse, I got with Lucas Rupp, a German player. Not national team, but yeah, he hasn't really been good for Norwich since he joined. He only joined for like $500,000, so yeah, I've gone with Lucas Rupp. No, not that good.
No, I would have to agree. That's another one he nicked from me, you know. But
yeah, it's all right.
He's been tried in various positions on the right, behind the attacker. And he's now playing as defensive midfielder most of the time now. But yeah, he's only average at best. Never sets the world alight. So we go to Lucas Rupp.
Last performance was against Nottingham Forest. He played number 10. So yeah. Anyway, Southampton, I've gone with Danny Ings, scoring all the goals, leaving players on the ground and just going through and scoring.
Yeah, I agree. Danny Ings, always goals. You got to go for him. Southampton, he's been by far their best player.
Right. Now for worse, I've gone with Jan Bednarak. Yeah. I have to say him because of the Southampton game, like or the Man United game. 9-0, and yeah, a red card and an own goal. Sorry, he's getting the worst.
I've got to go for the backup keeper Forster. He had plenty of chances last year. He come in a few times, but he didn't perform, and he's back at being number 2 again permanently behind McCarthy.
Yeah, I'm eating great for by the way. Yeah, but worse.
Yeah,
best for
Tottenham now.
Best for Tottenham. I've gone with Gareth Bale. He's been amazing in form assists, goals, all you need. Gareth Bale, boom, well squad as well. So, yeah.
I don't think Bale for the consistency. He wasn't that consistent while he
Oh
was there.
wow, yeah, sure.
I'm going for Harry Kane because he's provided lots of goals and assists. So I think you got to go with Harry Kane.
Yeah, Harry Kane, okay, right.
Being top scorer again.
But okay, for work, I've gone with Sissoko. He hadn't really had a chances, so I've gone with Sissoko.
My worst I'm going for and Ndombele. He signed for big money and lots of respect of him, but he hasn't performed. I think he only made 12 appearances this season, and yeah,
I'm gonna stop
it's
eating.
dreadful for what he cost.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. Last three teams now. Watford. Right, best player. Best. Ben Foster. The cycling goalkeeper. As he's known on YouTuber. On YouTube, meant.
Right, I'm going for Sarr because he is by far their best player by a mile, and if it was for him, they wouldn't have got back up.
Well, I've gone with him.
They apparently put a high price tag on his head, and they kept him. Well, they got relegated, and they'll now be glad they did because then if they would have got close going up without him. His goals were crucial. He ran teams ragged.
Right, okay, I've gone with for worst, I've gone with Troy Deeney. It's just because when he's up front, he hadn't really done much. And when he had been up front, he hadn't really been putting the chances away. And yeah.
Yeah, I had to agree with Troy Deeney. He lost his first team place, and he's had chances to get back in the team, and he hasn't taken them. So yeah. Agree with Troy Deeney.
Right, okay. West Ham. For best, I've gone with Jesse Lingard on loan from Man United. Been really good. And if he ain't gone from, I'm gonna scream.
We'll get ready to scream, man. I've gone for Antonio because with all his goals and that, he was crucial.
Oh my God, you mug!
So yeah, you got to go for Mikel Antonio.
Yeah.
He was by far the best player.
No, he wasn't!
Games.
Oh my God, you mug.
The Lingard's only ever half a season.
The full season, wasn't it?
No.
Okay, well, I think Rudy went and given a shirt number at Man United. Anyway, right, okay, worst player, I've gone with Yarmolenko. He hasn't really been good for the club. He's been better for the Ukraine, I think. I think the Ukraine national team. But he needs some consistency for the club, so that probably put in some some managerial problems. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yarmolenko seems to be a different player when he plays for West Ham than he plays for Ukraine. So yeah, I also go for Yarmolenko as the worst West Ham player.
Right, okay. Wolves. I've gone with Adama Traore. Southampton.
Who you say? What is his first name?
Well, Wolves. Adama Traore. Adama, you know.
I thought you said David.
No, Adama, you idiot. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Adama Traore. Really good this season. And yeah. His pace up front being good as well.
I've gone with Connor Cody. I think he's been by far their most improved player this season, and he's in making the England squad. So yeah, Connor Cody for me.
What?
Your worst.
My worst, in my opinion, is Willian Jose, as literally they bought him to replace Raul Jimenez, and terrible he's been. Literally, I could bet them on some matches. I'm probably I hate to bet any Wolves fans. So yeah, have fun with that.
I don't think he was bought as a replacement of Raul Jimenez, but I'm going for Fabio Silva because he's had his chance since Jimenez's injury and he's been out, and he's scored a few goals, Silva, but as he costs so much for a youngster, he hasn't really performed this season. He may be just to the league still, but he's not performed this season, so we get better next season for him.
Yeah.
But thank
Anyway,
you,
guys,
for me.
That was our best and worst Premier League players, our opinion, and I don't mind.
Yeah, so
word
if
thing, yeah.
there's any criticism, be constructive criticism. We don't mind constructive criticism, but
Yeah,
we don't want the mean stuff. But
yeah,
constructive criticism is always welcome.
yeah, it is.
We
Yeah,
don't mind listening.
yeah. Anyway, I hope that I'm a good Father's Day. I'm gonna put a clip on of Dad opening a Father's Day present. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. So Dad, have your presents for Father's Day?
Exciting.
Yeah, I know, right? It's cover for it. I cut it on the front paper.
Oh, some heroes. Not for you, Tyson. And washies.
Yeah.
And
And it comes with a combo, so.
only the best dad gets
I get promoted.
get promoted to granddad. And some socks as well.
Yep.
Yeah, do you show Coldies?
No, because I couldn't want to ruin the surprise for you. When you open the gift. Anyway, right. I'm gonna.